The new normal has driven us to take on new means to do everything. We have recalibrated the way we live, the way we interact, and especially the way we do business. But with all this newness comes a new set of challenges. Are we equipped to handle them? Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Stephen Koo. Sorry for the slight delay, and welcome to Restart Business, the live learning program powered by Project Ripple, aimed to discuss how industries rebuild in a new reality. Speaking of new realities, the business sector is one of the most hit industries, and pivoting their strategies to ensure the continuity amidst this climate is what's being talked about right now. Despite the current difficulty of present businesses to maintain themselves and the economy to keep going, we see a rise of online businesses. This behavior can be attributed to the people's response to the ongoing lack of employment, the need to earn an income, and essentially their means of survival. To many, these new businesses have provided new employment and self-employment opportunities. But how do we ensure that this isn't just a band-aid solution for the time being? Is there a way for us to ensure that these businesses actually thrive and perhaps even grow as we progress into the future? Global domain registrar GoDaddy started a campaign called #OpenWeStand, which is dedicated to help businesses of all sizes pivot into the digital realm. In one of their videos, they talked about how businesses actually have a chance to succeed now more than ever. Watch this clip.
The fundamentals of doing business are definitely the same. It's just the way that you're operating and running your day-to-day business has changed. The last 6 months and this pandemic has forced the world to change at a much more rapid pace than we ever imagined, and it's bringing businesses that we never thought could be or should be online, and it's allowing you to connect with and buy from businesses across the country and world. I think it's fantastic.
I mean, who would think we would buy salmon sushi baked online, right? But this means that we do business in a way that the fundamentals stay the same. Transparency, trust, and our ability to connect are business values that will get us through. The rapid decisions that businesses have made in order to survive now give them a bigger stage, which is online. The challenge now is, how can we help these MSMEs thrive in these platforms? To help us answer the hot take question of the day, we bring in our guests. I'd like to introduce the first guest, the new business lead of Google Philippines, Mr. Doan Kim. Hi, Doan.
Hey, good afternoon.
Welcome
Thanks
to the
everybody
show.
for joining. Thank you for having me.
And of course, we have our MSME in the house, the owners of Backspace Records, Tasha and Robert Tuazon. Hi, guys.
Hi, everyone.
All right. So to start off, we have a hot take question of the day. And the question is, do you have an online business or are you starting one? So if you have your yes or no cards, please flash them on screens. And then, of course, for our audience out there, please answer the questions. We also know if you guys are actually starting your all online businesses. Okay, yes, for Backspace Records. And of course, from Google himself, he's also doing his own online business, which means even if you have your own job, you can still do online business, right?
The hustle never stops, guys.
The hustle never stops. Okay, so maybe just a quick, quick introduction to you guys. Tell us about what you guys do in your own field. So let's start with Doan. Doan, tell me what you do in Google.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks once more for having me. So guys, thanks so much for joining. My name is Doan Kim, and I head up our new business development team here for Google Philippines. Now, what that means is I work with some of the largest brands and largest companies in the country to help them digitize their business and accelerate that digital transformation. I think this pandemic has really showed us the power of going online and conducting commerce online. And my role has been to really accelerate that transformation for businesses of all sizes here in the Philippines.
Very nice. Okay, I'm going to find out more about that, Doan, because I think a lot of our guests and a lot of our audience is very interested to find out how Google can help them. And then Rob and Tasha, of course, of Backspace Records are right there. So Rob and Tasha, tell us a little bit of Backspacer and how you guys started.
Okay, so we are startup business, but actually we've been doing this for quite some time now, but recently we formalized it with our own website. So we're music lovers, first and foremost. And we are very happy to be doing what we love and turning our passion into business. So that's how we started Backspacer Records. It's really more on collecting records, and now we're very happy that it has been doing well with a lot of people getting interested in collecting vinyl records.
Okay. Thanks, Rob and Tasha. Actually, ang galing how you guys brought back, how records and vinyl is now cool again, no? And I remember, like, I used to collect vinyl back in the day, and then I threw it all away, and now you guys are bringing it back. So galing. Right now, we are asking our audience, of course, to ask their own questions in the comment section, and we're going to ask them on later. And then, of course, there's the poll, and we'd like you guys to answer that so that we can, find out more about how the pulse of the audience is. But at this point, let's dive deeper into the issues in a segment that we call the slant. Okay, for the slant, we're going to start off with our vinyl couple, Tasha and Robert. So, Tasha and Robert, how has the pandemic affected the way your business operates?
Yeah, unlike many other businesses, of course, it has a negative impact on us. The key challenge is the uncertainty that the pandemic has brought on all of us. It's not just with the business, but in our lives in general. All of us are concerned with our health and wellness first. And then when you think how you will get by with the business being closed, it was very scary and worrisome.
Yeah, I mean, ang ganda ng story niyo eh. Kasi if I read it right, parang you guys started sa Instagram lang. You were just posting records, social media, and then you went brick and mortar. You set up a store yata in a bar, and then now you're back to online. Parang ganun yung story niyo, diba? So can you tell us something more about that journey?
Yes, Stephen, you're correct. So Backspacer Records actually started 3 years ago in 2017. As you've mentioned, we were, and Tasha also mentioned, we were collectors. It was a hobby for me. Both Tasha and I have corporate jobs, and I sell records occasionally on Facebook groups. When we started, in 2 years, our network of customers grew, and we realized the serious business potential of selling records.
Galing.
And,
yeah, go ahead.
All right. Luckily, last year, again, we were fortunate to have a friend, Vince. I don't know if he's watching. He's a bar owner in Capitolio. He invited us, to use their space to sell records. The first few months really went well, and we started investing more time and effort to it. We spent money to make our displays better. We bought customized racks. We built some shelves. We did a lot of in-store promotions. We even went as far as planning for a second branch. Yeah, unfortunately, again,
COVID happened.
Gaining momentum, COVID-19 happened. Like it or not, we had to shut down. And as the uncertainty of the situation grew, we felt like our backs were against the wall. And we had to do something. We weren't the type of people who would just, wait and see what happens next, or wait for the vaccine and it will solve all our problems.
Yeah. Okay. But actually, don't worry, Rob. Hindi ka nag-iisa dyan. I think a lot of us share the same experience. So, but you mentioned kanina money. And I think it's important that you guys spent a lot of money. So later on in the program, actually, we are giving away money. So to all you guys who are PayMaya subscribers there, segue ko na to, you guys have to stand by till the end of the show because we are giving away money, of course, through PayMaya. So abangan yan. Okay, to continue, Rob and Tasha, you mentioned, diba, vinyl records, you brought it back. But, ang pagkakaintindi ko sa vinyl records is you have to experience it, diba? People want to listen to it, they want to open the record, gusto nilang amuyin. How are you doing that now? And everything is online.
Yeah, that is correct. We are in the music business, and music is something that you listen to. It is intangible. Again, but our product is a vinyl record, right? The appeal of the record is that it is experienced with all your senses. You have a physical
Correct.
product you can hold in your hands. You can see and appreciate the album artwork like a new book, and you can even smell it. No? May amuyin mo yung artwork, yung sleeve when you open
Naamoy
it.
nila kung may amag, di ba? Oh, may amag. Ito, ano to? Vintage to.
Vintage collectors.
Yeah.
And the sound is much more superior. Analog
Yes.
is better than your usual digital music streams.
I'm curious. I'm curious though, Rob and Tasha. Are your buyers medyo of the mature set? Mas matanda ba sila? O mga bata talaga yung bumibili ngayon?
Like over the years, we have found out that majority still are mga nasa 30s to 40s.
Okay.
So medyo mga more
So older sa atin. Mga older sa atin.
next generation, mga
Mga
millennials.
older sa atin.
So
Hindi naman sila nahihirapan, Tasha, to look for you guys kasi online kayo, di ba? Mga medyo older, hindi ba sila nahihirapan online?
So yun nga, at first, when we were doing our selling on social media, it's just like that. It's easy for them to message us. As the months go by, we found out that we also have a significant number of customers who are younger and who are starting to collect. This generation, the younger generation, kasi sila yung hindi naka-experience ng cassette, ng CD.
Yeah.
So
Ano
for
yun?
them,
Ano yun? Cassette, CD?
Tape.
Okay. But okay, I have a question. Kanina marami ng questions dun sa previous stream natin, medyo na-cut lang kasi nagka-technical problems. Pero nakita ko na maraming mga nagtatanong how do you become good entrepreneur? So tell me about the values that you have that has made you sustain your business from online to offline to online ulit.
Okay, for us, I think being solution-oriented and persistent, really helped us. There was not a day during the lockdown that we weren't discussing, brainstorming, and doing a lot of research on how we can, continue the business. So, like one of the solution is really to build a website and be able to more effectively reach out to our customers, not just our current customers, but many more others.
New customers.
Also, we wanted to carry that growth mindset.
Okay.
As a young online business, we wanted to continuously improve and find ways to serve our customers better. We want to offer, like for us, we want to offer more record titles, the in-demand, what we call the essentials.
Correct.
And be more, discoverable. We the experience in the website to be easy and seamless.
So problem solving oriented, and then ano yung mention nyo kanina, relentless. Ano pa yung isa pang value nyo as an entrepreneur na pwede nating i-share sa mga audience natin?
Yeah, so being solution oriented, being persistent, and having a growth mindset.
Growth mindset. Okay. Na-mention mo rin kanina na marami kayong mga bagong essentials dun sa collection nyo. But ang records ba ngayon or music, is it an essential? Kasi 'di ba, syempre ngayon, pagkain, yun yung mga essential. How are you able to get people to actually buy records during this time? Kasi iba yung gusto nilang, mga pangangailangan nila ngayon, 'di ba?
Yeah. It's actually one of the challenges for us at the beginning of the lockdown because our product has been classified as non-essential. Although, of course, for us, the music lovers,
essential.
We want to argue that
It's essential to the soul.
It is
correct. Tama
soul.
yan. I agree.
Mental wellness, and
Yes.
we need music.
Yes.
So I guess we understand naman that food and medicine would be the top priority during this
But
pandemic.
it's a good point. Kasi music, I read somewhere that music is actually one of the best solutions to alleviate mental health problems. Now, music is really a good outlet. The online space is so crowded, diba? It's so crowded. Ang dami ng mga, alam ko may mga iba pang record stores din na nag-online na ngayon eh. How do you make your presence felt considering there's so many people out there?
So first and foremost, when we built our website, our thinking is really, to create a space for our customers. We want to be customer centric as much as possible, and to put functionalities and features on the website based on the needs of our customers.
Okay.
So as you have said, we have a lot of competitors, and actually a lot of them, they have a much stronger presence offline, as they have established their brick and mortar stores years before us.
Pero hindi nakapivot.
I think for them, they have transitioned also, but using most of them social media. Wala pa masyado yung gumagawa nung sarili nilang.
Kumbaga, hindi kasing galing ng ginawa nyo. Diba? To put it in modesty aside, diba? Parang ganon. Okay, we're gonna have a video question right now from another aspiring online business entrepreneur. So let's pull this up.
Hi. What advice can you give to someone who doesn't have any business experience but decided to establish one in this climate?
Oh, ang ganda ng tanong niya. Parang beauty pageant yung question, no? Okay. What advice can you give someone who has never had business experience but decided to establish one now during this pandemic?
It's a very good question. Just for me, just start. Even with something simple and small as to creating a website or even a Facebook page, that's okay. But just start. It is scary, and you will always have doubts if what you were doing is right or wrong, if you will succeed or not. But unless you start something, you will never know, right? There are many pitfalls and challenges, but do not lose focus and maintain a solution-oriented mindset. If things get overwhelming, just list them down and check them out one by one.
Okay, that's really good advice, Rob. Sige. So at this point now, we're gonna roll out our second poll since we're talking about yung mga challenges ng opening an online business. So the second poll naman, we asked the question, what are the challenges that you're facing in opening and operating an online business? So is it slow internet? Is it standing out among other businesses online? Is it the lack of information or knowledge about setting up an online business? Or if others ang sagot nyo, please write it down in the comment section so that we can mention it during the show, and we can also ask our panelists on what they think about this. So thank you so much, Rob and Tash. Babalik kayo. But in the meantime, we're gonna call in our second guest. And this one is to discuss naman making your online presence count. Welcome to our new business lead of Google Philippines, Mr. Doan Kim. Doan, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you?
So you don't speak Filipino, or you can understand a little bit?
Just a little bit. I've been coming to the Philippines for 3 years now, and so enough to get by. Okay, cool. So on the second half, despite its scale, how large of an impact do you think MSMEs or micro, medium, and small enterprises make in the country's economy? What's the impact for you? Yeah, I get asked this question all the time. And what's really critical and a specific data point that really jumps out at me for the Philippines is that there's over 1 million MSMEs in the country.
Wow. And that's a lot.
It's absolutely incredible. And they employ approximately just north of 60%, roughly around 60% of the total working population. So really, MSMEs today are the lifeblood and the lifeline of the Philippines economy and ecosystem. And so I think it's a massive impact.
Yeah. Is it true that I think I read somewhere also that it employs approximately 63% of the country's workforce? So the MSMEs really, really are very important. That's 6 million jobs, like you mentioned, right? So in the past years, MSMEs were responsible for 40% of the GDP. But given that MSME survival is crucial for economy and inclusive recovery, what are the ways you think that can ensure the recovery of these enterprises?
Yeah, so great question, Stephen. For MSMEs specifically, I think this is really a crucial point where you really need to accelerate your digitization. What I mean by that is leveraging tools that are widely available online. Things like Google My Business, it's entirely free of charge. There's no risk. And the same way that it would take just 5 minutes to set up your Facebook profile, you can do the same on Google My Business.
Yeah.
Now, what Google My Business allows you to do is really take, whether it's a brick and mortar store, whether it's a service that you offer a business, and you can digitize it. We have a solution that allows you to have a free website with a free domain, includes all of the necessary and relevant information so that customers all around the country can easily just pull open their smartphone, search for your product or service, and find you very, very easily.
Okay. The one, MSMEs, let's define what it is. It's micro, small, and medium enterprises, right? So you're talking about, people cooking at home, setting up their cloud kitchens, what else? Their mobile pet grooming vehicles. I don't know what they're doing, but you personally, you mentioned a while ago that you have your own online businesses. Like, how many online businesses do you have, the one?
Yeah, so I own around 10 e-commerce brands.
Wow.
And, when I first started, it was very, very small. But then over time, we've grown quite significantly. I have operations in about 4 countries now.
Wow.
So you have to start somewhere. And I started just as I was the micro in the MSME.
Yeah, so you don't even need to work for Google anymore. You have 10 online businesses. That's gonna set you. That's gonna set you for the rest of your life, right?
Well, always got to be hustling.
Always hustling. Okay, so the question is, what are the ways that digitalizing businesses increase the opportunities for cash flow? So what are the other digital tools that can help MSMEs?
Yeah, great question. And this is really critically important. Today, Philippines is still very much a cash economy, and most commerce is conducted in cash. But as you know, this pandemic has really isolated all of us, and having that physical transaction becomes harder, and there's more barriers to making commerce happen. And so one thing that I've seen that's worked really, really well is that rapid acceleration towards digital cashless payment. So we partner obviously at Google with PayMaya, and they've been a great partner of us. What they're doing on the payments front, it really helps accelerate payment collection without the need for cash in a very digital, very, very efficient and fast and low cost of doing business way. And that, for me, I think, as an e-commerce entrepreneur, accelerating cash flow is everything, right? And having a payment partner like PayMaya makes it so seamless. I don't need to wait until the courier does the COD and then they bring it back to me and I have cash and then I need to go deposit in the bank. PayMaya really just kind of revolutionized that and really digitized it. So that way it's instantaneous.
Yeah, Filipinos, you mentioned a while ago, it's a cash society. Some Filipinos don't even have bank accounts, but they have mobile phones. So using these new digital tools can definitely help even a sari-sari store, right? You're familiar with what sari-sari stores are, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so these mom and pop stores, can they actually use these digital tools to improve their business? Because, if you think about a sari-sari store, it's so basic, right? But then...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, I think everyone can really benefit, especially the sari-sari stores. You wouldn't believe the number of queries that we see on a daily basis coming out of the Philippines looking for a specific sari-sari store in a province or in a barangay. And so just having a simple thing like Google My Business, spending 5 minutes just to put your address, your phone number, what you guys sell, and the hours of operation, exponentially increases the likelihood that when someone is searching for you, they're going to come and visit your store.
Got it.
And when you integrate a payment provider and a mobile wallet like PayMaya, the ease of doing business just dramatically improves and the efficiency just accelerates.
Yeah. As a business owner myself, I have to agree with you. Without maybe putting the business on Google Map, just Google Map alone will definitely lose a lot of customers in the process. So yeah, for sure. It's crucial for MSMEs to implement adaptive measures followed by diversification of products and services and provision of cashless transactions. That's what you were saying a while ago, right? Okay,
Absolutely.
at this point, we have a video question for you. So, Doan, check this out.
All right.
Hi, I'm Erica, and I have a question. With the general challenges that we have in adapting to new technology, we also have the issue on connection latency here in the Philippines. Based on your observation, are Filipino entrepreneurs ready for this shift?
Okay, so the question is, are Filipino entrepreneurs ready for the shift?
Yeah, thank you so much for that question. Now, one of the things that I do want to share with you guys, and I share this broadly with many, many executives that I speak with on a daily basis, is that today Filipinos spend over 70 hours a week online. In fact,
Wow.
that's among the highest in the world. And so while internet speed and latency may be low, if you look at the flip side of the coin, the pure amount and the tremendous size of the opportunity is really just incredible. And so I think, yes, there are some inherent infrastructure challenges, but the companies and the businesses, even MSMEs, that can really be forward thinking and really invest the time, the energy, and it's not even resources, but really the time and energy to come online and engage their potential customers online, I think there's going to be massive rewards for enterprises.
Yeah, I mean, Filipinos are really known to make do with what they have. They're so used to things being so slow, they're so used to traffic that they make do with what they have. So you are correct there, Don. I think once the internet speed up, it's like floodgates just waiting to, drown the online business market. Okay, so right now we're gonna invite back our other guests, Tash and Rob, and we are gonna pull up the results of our two polls. The first poll, we asked the question, do you have an online business or starting one? How many percent do you think has one now? Okay, well, the answer's here, but not yet. But what do you think? What's your guess, guys? Doan and Rob and Tasha.
I'm hoping maybe north of 80%.
You're 80%. Oh, you're not pretty close. Okay, so it's surprisingly high at 76%, and 24% don't have an online business yet, or maybe thinking about it, no? And then we asked the second question, which is, what are the challenges you're facing? And the results are in as well. And what are they? Yep, 19% internet connection. That's good. So it's actually going down. It's really about standing out that they are worried about. 44%. Lack of information. They don't have knowledge about building businesses online. And 6% is, we're going to read that in the chat thread in a bit. But it's good to know that the only roadblock right now to people opening their businesses is just information. Is this show, Restart Business, is actually perfect for that because we are trying to help them get more information. Okay, so we're going to pull up some questions now from the audience. Let's start with, let me see. Okay. Here's a question from, Angelica Ulores. How long do you think owners should wait before considering bringing back a physical location? Or should they even bring back a physical location? Let's start with Backspacer because that's your line.
Okay. We think that it depends on the service. For us, we have a physical product, so we can still serve our customers even virtually. But I think it's more challenging for businesses, for services like barbershops or spa. So those with physical contact, since it's still uncertain, like right now, like for us, safety first. So
so matagal pa.
Yeah, I mean for physical products.
Oh, so it really depends on what your business is. Basically, that's what you're saying. No?
That's right.
Depends on your business when you go back. Well, okay, just a quick reminder. We'd like to make sure that everybody knows, PayMaya subscribers out there, that PayMaya Negosyante Rewards live stream share the PayMaya Negosyante Rewards live stream on your Facebook page, personal or business, and use the hashtag PayMaya Negociante Rewards to make sure your post is public, and then tag a fellow business owner on the live stream to be aired on the PayMaya official page. And then PayMaya representatives will randomly select 3 winners of 5,000 pesos each. Wow. And the prizes will be credited to the winner's PayMaya account. So yan, yun yung ating 5,000 peso prize for today. So we're choosing 3 winners. Okay, sorry, going back. Next question. Do we have any questions next? Okay, from Jane Di Maculangan. How do I begin to understand things like SEO, user experience, and user interface? How important are these things to an online business? You know what, Jane? Hindi ka nag-iisa. A lot of us feel the same way. And I guess, Doan, you want to answer this?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I often tell my e-commerce entrepreneurs that I speak with often, hey, you know what? You got to crawl before you can run. I think the key to success is doing the basics and doing it consistently over a period of time before you start thinking about SEO, user experience, and user interface. While those are very, very important, I think when you're starting a business or you're trying to navigate through a pandemic like this, I think the biggest and most important thing is really going to be being consistent with your updates, letting customers know what time you're open, when you're planning on reopening your business, what services, if you've reduced the service offerings or if you've increased the service offerings that you're offering during the current pandemic. So I think doing kind of the basics, uploading photos, updating your menu or your hours of operation or your service list, and doing that consistently, I think is the first thing. Once you've gotten that foundation done, right, and you've gotten that right, and you have a system in place to regularly make meaningful updates and continue to engage with your customers, then I would say, okay, let's start looking at things like SEO. Let's start looking at things like user experience and your site layout and your design. But first, I think the key thing is really set your foundation right and make sure that you do the basics right day in and day out.
I couldn't agree with you more, Doan. I mean, I run an agency called Echo Channel, so we handle a lot of MSMEs actually, and a lot of big companies also. And you are right in saying that, you know, fix your basics first, because even if you SEO, if you fix all of these complicated things on your online presence, if your basics are bad, people will just leave your platform or your site. Okay, another question here from Miko and Same. And the question is, do I need to hire new personnel to deal with managing the business online? If yes, how do I collaborate with them to make sure I get the most out of my business? Anybody can answer. Backspacer or Doan, do you want to take a crack at this?
Yeah, I'm happy to take a crack at this. So, guys, I started my business 3 years ago, and I still work full time at Google. And when I first started, honestly, I did everything myself. At the start, as a new entrepreneur or as an aspiring entrepreneur, you have very limited resources, right? And that was the case for myself. And so, really, what I did was I didn't feel comfortable outsourcing, whether it's hiring somebody or trying to find a friend to do it for free. I didn't feel comfortable doing or outsourcing that process or handing that process off to someone else without having a full comprehensive understanding of specifically what good looks like, what are the inherent challenges with that particular process that you're having that other person do. And so one thing that I'd like to share with you guys is, hey, you know what? Do the process yourself. Learn the intricacies, the ins and outs, the pitfalls, the potential. And once you have that down, then you feel, hey, you know what? This process or this specific role is stabilized enough that I can outsource it. That's when I would start bringing on somebody. And of course, your revenue and your profit should follow in order to be able to support that.
Yeah. So start small. I mean, I guess it's really work within your means. That's another key statement there. Don't overspend on your team, your office, on your gadgets unless you have the right revenue coming in already. I just want to mention this comment here from Eris Refuerzo. Can you pull that up? He or she mentions the challenge is to actually position your business on top of your niche competitors. As the social media market is saturated by billions of online entrepreneurs, there is a need to strategize by being aware of how these businesses market their products and being open to relevant channels necessary to increase customer base. So yeah, ang ganda rin sinabi niya, this is about niche marketing, which is, I guess, it's Backspacer is doing it pretty well. And so you need to find your niche in whatever online business you're putting up so that you can rise above the cloud, so to speak. Okay, now that we've heard a lot of the suggestions, ideas, and opinions of our guests, now it's time to find out how we can restart our online business in a segment we call Restart. So for this segment, guys, we give you 2 minutes. We basically give you the floor, and you are talking straight into the ears of entrepreneurs out there who are listening to us. Give them your best advice, hopefully step by step if you can, so that you can also guarantee their success. So let's start with Do-Won Kim.
All right. Guys, this pandemic has proven to be a challenge for businesses of all sizes, and especially MSMEs. There's a few things that you can do. First and foremost is get started. Digitizing your business isn't rocket science. It's small incremental steps that you take day in and day out. One of my favorite quotes that I have is progress, not perfection. When I speak with entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs, they're oftentimes crippled by the fact that, hey, you know what? I don't have the skills to design a perfect website. Or, hey, I don't know, or I don't have the capacity or the capability to run really strong Google marketing ads or Facebook ads or TikTok ads or any of these types of advanced solutions. What I'd urge you guys to do is just get started. Things like Google My Business. It takes 5 minutes to set up. You don't require any previous knowledge in setting up websites. You just go through the sequence of flows, and at the end of the day, they give you a beautiful profile. It allows you to come online, and it's entirely free of charge. So that's step number one. Step number two is I really want to reiterate the importance of having an online presence. Now, business fundamentals haven't necessarily changed since the pandemic hit. And what I mean by that is if you were a brick and mortar retailer, right, and you had a storefront, the same principles apply now with an online store. When you have a storefront, you should typically have a store sign, right? People need to know as they pass by what services, what products you're offering, the name of your business. And ideally, you would like to, have a nice, store layout, nice design, make someone, when they come to your store, feel at home, feel welcome, and actually want to purchase. Now, you should take that same approach to your website and to your online presence. So do basic things like make sure that your name is out there, the correct address is there, the correct phone number, the correct hours of operation, the latest products or services that you're offering. Make sure that all of this information is accurate, it's up to date, and it's present and ready to be found. The great thing about being online is that not only does your audience and your potential customer base grow, it allows you to find new customers. It's like having a storefront and telling all your friends and family, hey, you know what, visit the store, and then amplifying that message to your barangay, to your province, and broadly to the country. Because with digital, you can reach just about anybody else in the world that you want. All right,
I like that.
Over to you. Yeah,
that's amazing, though, and I like the line progress, not perfection, because it's really about going to market right away. If you have a product that you think is good, if you spend so much time thinking about it, by the time you put it out in the market, there's so many other competitors out there selling the same thing. So go to market is really important, and using all these free available tools online. Don't overcomplicate it, right? Okay, so now the floor is yours, Robin Tasha. Your 2 minutes is to restart is right now.
Okay, so it's been months since the pandemic affected all of us. So while the new normal is still full of uncertainties, as business owners, we should not stop trying in finding solutions and opportunities during this unique time. For us, the lockdown unexpectedly, gave us that one important resource that we didn't have before, and that is time. So be resourceful and use your time well. Reach out to your networks and friends who might be experts in certain fields and ask for their help. Do not be bogged down with problems and, excuses like, oh, I don't know how to do this, or I cannot understand that. you can always find answers online. I mean, what I do, I just go to Google and just like how to like set up a website. There are a lot of YouTube video tutorials, and it will give you answers. It will teach you step by step. Um, let's be agile and keep up with the change of times in terms of technologies. There are a lot of platforms there offering free services, and different dynamics affecting the business. Let us also anticipate new challenges and always be ready for a backup plan, a plan B, a plan C, a plan D. So with your business presence, now online, do not forget that your customers are people. So a good customer service is still a must. Um, for us, what we did is we prioritized, establishing business credibility by having, a proper online channel, and also we undergo proper government registration. And like for us, we wanted to mention this, that to be able to help in nation building, by engaging in businesses, we need to register. So of course it's very challenging. We went through it. It's very hard because of the restrictions in mobility. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be worth it. We need to do this now more than ever, because we need to contribute and help our kababayans in need.
Okay, thank you so much, Rob and Tasha. So don't forget that your customers are people. So, have that emotional connection with them. And of course, have a plan A, plan B, plan C to plan Z if necessary, kung zombie apocalypse na. And of course, don't be afraid to ask help from other people. Those are really, really good tips. So guys, I really appreciate your time with us. And I really appreciate all those ideas that you shared with our audience today. I really hope the percentage of people who want to open up online businesses increase after this. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to add before I set you off on your way, guys?
Yeah, I think one thing for me is just get started, guys.
Yes.
There's never a better time to start your online digital business than today. Like what Rob and Tasha mentioned, this pandemic, as unfortunate as it has been, it's afforded us time. It's afforded us the leisure to really think about what it is, how it is that we want to really shape our future for our small business, our potential business. So just get started. It's never too late. And in fact, there's never a better time than now.
All right. Thank you so much, Doan. Thank you so much, Rob and Tasha. And I wish you all the best of luck in all the things that you are doing. Thank you so much. All right. At this point, we would like to invite everybody to tune in next week for another episode of Restart, where we do Restart Wellness and we discuss how to survive and overcome failure. And we'd also like to remind everybody that you can join our Facebook official groups, Restart Facebook groups, where we have 3 tracks: business, wellness, and creatives. And of course, the groups offer exclusive content such as Ask Me Anything with our panelists, community webinars, and everything like that. Of course, we'd like to thank our sponsor, PayMaya, for helping us today. And speaking of PayMaya, now's the time for us to let our viewers know that as PayMaya business partners, you can win exciting cash prizes today. All you have to do is share the PayMaya Negosyante Rewards live stream on your Facebook page and use the hashtag PayMaya Negosyante Rewards to make sure that your post is public, and then tag a fellow business owner on the live stream to be aired on the PayMaya official page. And PayMaya representatives will randomly select 3 winners who will be awarded 5,000 pesos each, which will be credited, of course, to your PayMaya accounts. Wow. Thank you so much, PayMaya, for that. Since we're all pushing for an inclusive recovery amidst the pandemic, it's also time to think about what we can do to help businesses. As consumers, perhaps it's also time for us to recalibrate the way we spend. We need to rethink the way we consume or purchase a product. Maybe take time to visit a friend's Facebook page who's selling, something new. Why not support that business, diba? In the process, why not share and like their post? Because visibility will go a long way. These kinds of small businesses usually supports families, sends their kids to school and brings food to the table. So, guys, Filipinos out there, now is the time to help each other. Bayanihan tayo. Let's help each other's online businesses. And to end, as I always say, in times of crisis, it's not game over. It's time to restart.
Grow your business and give your customers a flexible, hassle-free, and secure online checkout experience with just a click of a button. Power your e-commerce site or mobile app with PayMaya Checkout to accept credit cards, debit cards, and e-wallets. Unlock a new sales channel that is secure and reliable. PayMaya Checkout removes cash handling risks and keeps your transactions secure with world-class security standards. Now you can run your business more efficiently. PayMaya Checkout is easy to integrate. Plus, it provides you access to PayMaya Manager, a user-friendly dashboard that lets you easily manage your cash flow with detailed automated reports and notifications for all your sales transactions. So you can focus more on growing your business. Accept online payments securely, conveniently, and hassle-free with PayMaya Checkout. A new experience in payment acceptance delivered.